On Saturday morning in Asta's shop, there are two rough-looking customers. Both are wearing biker leathers and red and black bandanas. They are giving Asta a hard time, as the wiry Asta scratches his platinum blonde mullet.
I'm a little confused as to why you guys are so mad. You came in wanting work done your bikes, and that's what I did.
Listen, weirdo. We've had this done before, and it doesn't cost anywhere near as much.
Yeah. What gives? What's this charge for parts? We never had to pay that before.
You would better wise up. We don't pay for parts.
Well, you do today, guys. I'm sorry, but parts aren't free when you get them the right way.
And what's that supposed to mean, freak? You saying we ain't on the up and up?
I gotta say, it hurts me to the core to think you may be implying we are not the most honest of folk.
Fellas, it wasn't my intention to offend anyone, but if you've never been charged for parts by anyone before,
Cram it, freak! This ass excuse of a motorcycle shop?
Asta's hand tightens on a wrench below the counter as the angry middle-aged biker gestures around the shop. His hairy, grungy cohort shifts as he appears to be ready to try to reach for Asta.
Gives me all the wrong vibes. The feng shui is all off.
Maybe we should help him rearrange the place.
Look, guys, if you're not willing to pay for surfaces rendered, I'll be happy to undo my work and let you haul your scraps heaps out of here. Either way, I'm going to have to ask you, gentlemen, to leave. You're harshing my mellow, and I have work to do.
One of the men pushes a rack with various items over onto the floor.
There we go. That's a start.
Pick it up.
The shop's three occupants turn to the front of the store and notice the large frame of Chad Yeager.
Mind your
Business? That's the thing, Hoss. That there's a friend of mine. And this is his business. That makes it my business. Now pick it up. Pick it all up.
The big man steps closer to the counter as the two bikers scramble to pick up their mess and rush to the door.
You're lucky this damn Sasquatch was here, freak.
Thanks, Chad, but I didn't need to be safe.
Maybe not, pal, but that was more so for me. I can't stand bullies.
Yeah, I can see that, big fella. What brings you in today?
Well, my boyfriend is spending some much-needed time with his best friend, and my family is busy helping my mom with a catering event. So I figured I'd see if you wanted to hang out and do something today.
You know, after the morning I had, this seems like a good idea. Let me close up shop for the day and I'll get change. I was only open so those yahoos could come and get their bikes, but we see how that worked out.
In the city of Salvest, on the planet of Edoni, the last remaining city guard rushes to the mayor's home. His bruised and battered armor is covered in dents and scorch marks.
Madam Mayor, the plague patrol is attacking. Our forces are overrun.
Rally the guard. We can't let them scatter us. Fall back to the town hall.
There is no town guard. The plague patrol overwhelmed them first. We're routed.
Save as many as you can. Gonna have to.
All right, enough of that! You goons are done attacking this town!
Seeing the rider, the Plague Patrol members mount their bikes and ride in a long arc around town. Dex readies himself into a fighting stance, sword in hand. The Plague Patrol turns and begins to drive away.
They're going? That seems odd.
You're here. Why?
I thought I was going to fight the Plague Patrol.
We're glad you came. Don't take what I'm about to say as ingratitude, but the Plague Patrol has been raiding us for weeks now, testing our defenses and picking off our guards one by one. They finally broke us and raided our village. We would have been easy sport.
I had no idea. Why didn't anyone send for help sooner?
We did. When no answer came, we assumed you'd... Well, we assumed bigger battles were happening.
Bigger battles are always happening. Still, if you sent word, I should have received it. I don't know why.
Miles away, Cyclopter sits in front of a machine, turning dials and reading the diodes. Meanwhile, on the Crisis Fortress, Count Dragon and his most trusted advisor Bosgun are standing on the bridge as Master Vilius and his son Rito talk to them.
Now, Dragon, you have all of the data from those projects, as does Gallant. You will get your fancy battle suit.
Yeah, but patience is a vitamin, and I think it's a Flintstone. How the hell do I know that?
I believe you mean patience is a virtue.
You sure you want to be correcting me, tiny face? Who do you think you are, Serum? Ha ha! Deep cut.
Bosgun's hand slips to the hilt of the thin, rapier-like sword sheathed at his side.
Enough, you two. No one sheds blood on my ship without my say-so. And yes, I understand, Vilius. But how much longer am I expected to pick up the slack while you deal with Zedd's passing?
Oh, dear Count. Is the responsibility too much for you?
Don't twist my words, Shadow Dealer. I'd happily take his place as ruler. But as I'm currently under contract, I'll settle for compensation, which is lacking.
And what is it that you would have as a bonus?
For starters, proper repair of my vessel. If I'm expected to do more, I need the ability to do more.
Done. What else?
Yeah, what else? Time is money. Hurry up.
Dragon annoyedly eyes Rito up and down before addressing Vilius once more.
I'd like to borrow your son for a special project. I need someone for a plan I have to help keep a particular nasty prisoner in check.
Yeah, like I'm gonna work with one of your cannibalistic...
Done. Rito, you'll remain here and let Lord Dragon brief you on your hand in his scheme.
Thank you, Master Vilius. You hired me for a reason, and you'll learn the benefits of having me on your side.
While the bridge crew of the Crisis Fortress debates their next action, Cyclopter listens in, confident in the knowledge they are blissfully unaware. He knows what they are discussing.
Good. Well played, Count Megan.
Cyclopter barely has enough time to hide his listening equipment as one of the Plague Patrol approaches him.
We did as you commanded, Cyclopter. As soon as the rider appeared, we fled the scene. Though, it pained me to do so. I'm no coward. None of the Plague Patrol is.
Cowards no, fools yes. If you can't understand the simple strategy, you have no place to speak so freely.
As you wish, but if we understood what we were doing, the work would be more efficient.
Tell me, what advantage does the Plague Patrol have over the Rider?
That we are many?
Correct. You've cheated the city of Salvest so much, it's a lost cause. The city can't defend itself. Slow, crippling, blow after blow, subtle enough to weaken the city. Don't be mistaken, the city was never the target. The Rider's self-righteous sense of importance, there's the real target. Knowing they're defenseless, and we're waiting just outside the wings, he'll stay. Heroes are all so predictable. While he's trapped there, we focus our forces on other targets. Draw him out and lure him back. We know precisely where the Rider is, and we control his movements. We'll have him running around in circles by nightfall, and then when he's exhausted, we strike.
Asta and Chad walk into a busy comic book store, where a large crowd has gathered around several tables. They are acting as excitedly as football fans during a game.
And you sure you're okay with coming with us today?
Absolutely. Albee loves this game. So, learning about it here with you can give us something else we can bond over.
No way. Albee plays Mystic Knights too? Why didn't he say anything? I would have told him about this tournament.
Chad looks around and smirks as he sees several people dressed like characters from the game. He realizes that Asta regularly wears t-shirts from this game.
He just got into it recently. He's been finding ways to keep his mind busy. If he isn't staying busy, he kind of gets overwhelmed thinking about Chicago.
I can see that. Poor kid. At least he hit the jackpot when it came to getting taken in. He's lucky he's got you guys as family.
Yeah, he's a great kid. I'm glad my parents are so crazy. Say, Asta, have you noticed these characters on these cards look an awful lot like those Power Rangers with all the colors and stuff?
Huh. You know, you're right. Like if the Power Rangers were knights. Oh! Did you see that play that guy just made?
Chad looks to where Asta points and sees a man looking rather proud of himself as the girl he was playing against angrily gets up from the table.
That's Carlos. He's a hell of a player. Looks like he just moved the nuclear Courtney out of the tournament.
Wow! I get being competitive, but I didn't realize how hardcore it got for games like this.
That's right, Mr. Jock. Just because no one is physically getting injured doesn't mean it doesn't get intense. It takes brains to dominate this dungeon, so to speak.
I dig it. Do you play in these tournaments?
I sure do. I work super hard on my deck. It's my biggest hobby besides running my shop. I'm playing in this tournament. My first match starts in about 15 minutes.
Bitchin'. Can't wait to watch.
Asta sees Chad looking around with a slightly worried expression.
Hey, you okay?
Never better, home slice. I was just wondering if there's somewhere to get something to eat while we're here.
Yeah, let's grab a snack. I bet those big damn Terminator muscles don't feel themselves.
In the city of Salvest, Dex surveys the damage the Plague Patrol has done. The mayor of the city, Hernita, walks with him.
So much destruction. How did it get this far?
Most of this was done today, just before you arrived. The last of our guards fell, and that's when they struck in force.
The Plague Patrol isn't usually this organized. They're up to something.
We're defenseless now. Without the guards, they'll just come back and take the city. My people were caught off guard. We'd made plans to flee into the swamp if they came again, but they attacked so quickly.
I fought them before. I know their normal tactics. If the city had a defense force, I could teach them.
We don't. Not right now. But our people will not sit around and wait for them to come back. So I'll gather the able-bodied. You meet us in the town square.
As they speak, a new rider approaches. Denias pulls up next to them and addresses Dex.
This isn't right. The Plague Patrol doesn't use tactics like this. They're borderline barbarians. Why would they suddenly adopt hit-and-run tactics?
It's Cyclopter. He's up to something.
Denias looks out at the smoking ruin of the city.
This place is remote. You wouldn't expect Dragon's forces to be here. There's something else at play. Huh. They didn't attack the civilians and just fled when you showed up.
They've been at it for weeks. They show up and take out 1 or 2 guards at a time. This morning was the all-out attack we've been fearing.
The mayor turns away, trying to hide the well of tears.
We thought you'd forgotten about us. We're so remote. Life has been peaceful here.
Dex, we have to do something. Can we at least give them something?
Yes, training.
Training. A town militia. We can gather able-bodied citizens, give them some skills, so they're not completely helpless.
Mm-hmm. My thoughts exactly.
I'll get my people together right away. They'll be frightened, but we're determined once we find our way.
Later that evening, after Chad returns home, he finds his family in the living room, watching Rangers Rundown.
And with the arrival of the Red and Yellow Rangers, they were able to make their super robot and defeat that strange new monster.
Man, those Rangers sure are cool. And it's pretty awesome when they can add in the stories with the new ones on the motorcycles.
Well, there should be another way to get through to these aliens. We may not have to fight.
Can we watch something else, please? I love watching invaders get what they deserve, but sometimes...
Hal Yeager looks up from a project he is working on. The TV tray in front of him is covered in electronic components.
Sure thing, champ. I understand. Let's watch. Ah, Chad, my boy, you're home. How'd your day?
Oh, Chad, honey, how was your play date with your friend?
Play date?
Yeah, did Whittle Chatty boy have a good time?
The day was good. How was the event? Did it get as busy as you thought?
It sure did. It was exhausting.
Well, I have something for you, Albee. Asta is quite the Mystic Knights player.
Chad tosses a paper bag to Albee. Inside are a couple of booster packs for the card game.
Oh, sweet. Thanks.
Well, that's mighty nice of you. Did you bring me anything?
Oh, I can teach you how to play, Molly.
Look at that timing. I just finished my new automatic card shuffling machine.
Pop, they already make one of those. I got you one for Christmas when I was 7.
But this machine deals cards like a real Vegas pro.
Chad checked his phone to see he had somehow missed a voicemail from Adam.
Hey, Art Stuff. Hope your day's going okay. Just calling to see how you're doing. I was wondering if we could do something tomorrow, as long as we don't get too busy saving the world. Anyway, Rocky and I are going to go see the new Dax Lowe movie. He's Rocky's favorite Hollywood stuntman. Anyway, I'll text you when the movie's out. Stay sexy, muscles.
Chad grins at hearing Adam's voice, but before he can finish processing any thoughts...
Ow, hey!
He's hit in the eye by a flying card. He looks to see his mom ducking through the door to the kitchen, and Albee running upstairs, as the automatic card dealer is going haywire, shooting cards everywhere.
Oops. Looks like I need to recalibrate.
Aboard the Crisis Fortress, Rito is testing Bosgan's patience as he tries to explain the details of their plan.
How are you not getting this? You and the prisoner will take the shuttlecraft to the surface of that miserable planet, and there you will...
Yeah, I get it. We find and abduct the test subject and kill a bunch of people.
Good. After what feels like countless cycles, you finally seem to grasp the most basic concepts of language. It's quite a good thing that you're better at combat than you are at thinking.
I don't think I like your tone there, Dennis. I'm doing you a favor.
His name is Dragon. Count Dragon to you.
Whatever you say, Bob. Don't get your guts in a knot. I'll make sure Rainbow makes it here for your little tea party or whatever.
Yes, good. You and the prisoner bring me Ramirez.
On the planet of Edoni, in the city of Salvest, Denias leads a group of survivors in weapon drills.
Good, good. Commit to your strikes. You there, keep your spear up. It's as much defense as it is offense.
Dex, Prince of Edoni, walks up to his old friend.
How's the weapon training going?
Good so far. You can tell that they're fresh, but the spear is a good weapon for that, as defensive as it is offensive. Is hand-to-hand going as well?
We had to take a break. A couple of trainees got a little overzealous. It's too bad Chad isn't here. He was in Earth's military. He would be a big help in a place like this.
Are my methods not of a high enough quality, my prince?
Always, my old friend. No, what I mean to say is if the three of us can make this plan work.
We will. Earth needs him. Dragon's monsters would run wild without Earth's rider protecting it.
I'm sure he's up to the task.
Meanwhile, on the Crisis Fortress, Bosgun scans bridge equipment with a handheld device.
I've narrowed down the interference to this location. Somewhere... there!
Bosgun reaches under the console and pulls the bug out. Holding it up to his smaller face, Bosgun inspects the design.
It's... one of ours.
Bosgun returns the listening device to the console, places the scanner on his belt, and quietly turns away. Back in Salvest, the city militia waits for the Plague Patrol to attack.
Here they come. Get ready, Salvest. It's time to show them who we are.
Ha! Cowards. I don't blame them. I'd run from us too.
Wait! What's that?
Now, Salvest! Strike them with everything you've got!
Weak, stupid villagers. You're nothing to us.
Now, Dex, now!
Tension phase, engage! You're out of your depth, Plague Patrol. These people aren't afraid of you. And you don't have what it takes to face me. Rider, kick!
You did! We did it! Salvest is saved!
The city is in good hands, Mayor. Call me if you need anything.
Back at his base, Cyclopter reads the console of his.
Yes. Yes.